Welcome back to another Sunday prep day. If you're new here, every Sunday I prep my vegetables and stuff for the week, and this week I'm also going to make some soup. So as always, we'll start by going over the menu as I'm cutting up this onion for some tomato soup. For lunch today, I'm going to have some sandwiches like I usually do on Sunday because Sundays are my cheat days. The rest of the week I usually have low-carb lunches. And I have some roast pork. I'll just put this in a bigger container to go with the rest of the soup things. And then for dinner, I'm going to have some meat pies. And those are already ready-made. I bought them yesterday. And then tomorrow for lunch, I'm going to have some tomato soup. And I'm just going to cut up a red onion as well. So tomato soup, and then for dinner, a few weeks ago I bought some cheeseburgers, so burgers made out of cheese. So I'm gonna have those, and I still have some pickled onions. I have some pickles that I bought yesterday. I have some spring mix. And then on Tuesday, I'm going to have some lettuce wraps with some chicken, probably with some onion, and some peppers and just other vegetables. Then for dinner, Taco Tuesday, I'm going to make some quesadillas with some chicken. And I'm going to use last week I made like a roasted salsa, still have some left over, so I'm going to have that with my quesadillas. Then on Wednesday for lunch, I'm going to do a stuffed chicken breast. And so with some cheese, and I'm going to do that with some broccoli, I think. So here I have some shallots. And those are going to go in some ravioli that I'm going to make on Wednesday for dinner. I'm just going to give them a rough chop because they are just going to go in the food processor with some bacon and some cheese. But I just want to make it easier for the food processor. And then what I don't use, I'll just use up with the same things I have the red onion for. Because I think this is a little bit much, but we'll just see. Then we're on Thursday, more lettuce wraps with chicken. I might do some cucumber and just some peppers. And we'll see what kind of seasoning we're gonna have. And then for dinner, I'm gonna do some chicken sandwiches. So I'm gonna take some chicken breast and I'm gonna bread that and fry that in my Ninja Foodi. And I'm going to have that with some pickles probably, some spring mix. I'm going to season the breading with some spices, probably harissa seasoning because that's my favorite. And I'm just cutting up some garlic for the lettuce wraps for the ravioli. And things like the quesadillas, things like that. And I'm going to take 3 of these cloves. I'm just going to leave them whole because they're going to go in the soup. And the soup is going to go in the pressure cooker and it's going to cook until everything is completely soft, so I don't need to cut those. So let's do that. And then Friday, I have some more lettuce wraps, or if I don't have big leaves left, just the hearts of the romaine, I'll just do a salad. But I'm going to top that with some salmon, because I do fish Fridays. And then for dinner, I'm going to grill a whole fish, either a trout or sea bream. I think I did bream last time, so I might do a whole trout this time. And I have some baby leeks that I'm just going to grill up. I don't need to do anything to that, so just grill them. And some baked potatoes that I'm going to roast in the Ninja Foodi. So Here I have some leek. That's gonna go in my soup. And if I have anything left over, I'll just use that in my lettuce wraps. I think that is enough leek. Yeah, this is enough for just the soup, so I'm just gonna throw that in with the rest. Save this for another day. Since we're on soup stuff, let's do some celery. So I'm just gonna cut the tips off and just cut this into chunks. I'm not doing it too fine because it's gonna cook for a long time, but I'm also not doing it rough as I sometimes do for broth because the bits and pieces are gonna stay in. So I don't want it too coarse, but some nice bite-sized pieces. There we go. Let's make some space. Then next up, some carrot. I'm gonna use that for the soup as well. So again, I want small-ish chunks because I'm gonna leave them in. So I'm just gonna cut them into little batons. And then into cubes. And these carrots are washed, so I'm not gonna bother peeling them. And I'll do that for the rest of this as well. And you know what? I want some carrot as well for my lettuce wraps. So I'm just gonna cut some of this carrot really fine. So cut it one way and just cut it the other. So here I have these little batons that are perfect for like a stir fry or something like that. Next up, let's do some chilies. These are gonna go in the quesadillas and the lettuce wraps. The soup, because I do like a bit of spice in my tomato soup. And maybe I'll throw some in the raviolis as well, just to add a little bit of spice and a little bit of color. So as always, I'm just gonna leave the seeds in because they're not too spicy. And I'm just gonna cut these into little slices. Okay, that is chilies done. And then here I have some peppers. And these are going to go in the quesadillas in the lettuce wraps. And I just have a green one. And I have a red one, so I'm just going to clean those out. And I will just cut those into little strips. Next up, some cucumber for my lettuce wraps. And maybe I'll throw some on my pork sandwiches for lunch. And I'll just do one for now. And I do like these Persian cucumbers. They have a lot of flavor in them. Okay, next up, a melon, just to have some fruit around when I'm craving a snack. So I have a healthy option ready to go. So just take the seeds out. And I'll just peel that real quick. And I'll cut that into some chunks. And then lastly, for cutting, I need some broccoli for one meal. So I'm just going to cut off a couple of these florets. I think that's about enough for a portion, and I'm just going to cut the bigger ones into bite-sized pieces. Okay, there we go. So I'm just going to clean up a bit and preheat the Ninja Foodi, and we'll start working on the soup. Okay, the Ninja Foodi is nice and hot, so I'm just going to add a little bit of oil. And I'll add my vegetables. So to recap, I have some onions, some leek, some garlic, some celery, and some carrot. So I'll add a little bit of salt. And I also want to add a little bit of pepper. I'll do some red for the color. And some chilies. And I'll just let that saute for a bit until everything is nice and soft. Now that has softened, I'm going to add a tin of tomatoes. You can use whole tomatoes, you can use diced, doesn't really matter. I'm just going to use the can. I use the water to rinse out the can and just add a bit of water. There we go. I'm also going to add some stems from parsley that I had left over. That's perfect for flavoring some soup. I have a little bit of bay leaf. Some celery leaves. And I'll add a bit of pepper. And then I'm going to switch from saute to pressure cook, just because it's a lot quicker. You can slow cook this, you can just use the pan or whatever, but since I have a pressure cooker, why not? So I'll make sure the valve is closed. I'm going to do... I want everything to be completely soft, so I'll just do 40 minutes pressure cook, and yeah, that's all I have to do really until that's done. So I'll see you in a bit to close out the video. And that is the soup done. I'm just letting that cool down before I can put that in the fridge, ready for tomorrow for lunch. And yeah, that's all the prep work done for this week. I can now have lunch or dinner on the table in minutes. If you like this kind of content, I do this every single Sunday. And every Saturday I post grocery hauls. Also, if you want to see what I do with all these ingredients, you can check out my Instagram where I post every single meal. And also you can check out the video I posted last Friday and the Friday before, because 2 weeks in a row now I've posted a video of everything I eat in a day, or all my meals. So I try to do those videos about once a month. I happen to do them twice in a row now. But yeah, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, bye for now.